Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 9 Blitz Nation Heavy, the KV Junior. Not to be mistaken with the KV-2. Obviously, the KV-2 is a Tier 6 Soviet Heavy. It's a vehicle which has incredible damage per shot for the tier, 640. It's actually the highest damage per shot tank in Tier 6, and probably tier for tier in the game. It can literally one-shot equal and lower tiered opponents. That is insane. Even the 183 with a standard penetrating max roll will not be able to one-shot tier 10 tanks. It can technically one-shot some tier 9s like the Waffenträger Panzer IV if it's not running Spall Liner, but in general, you're not going to one-shot tier 9s, you're not going to one-shot tier 10s in the 183. But in the KV2 you will. This KV Junior does have very similar capabilities to the KV2. It's not going to one-shot, but it has 630 damage per shot on the standard. It has 960 on the high explosive, and it has hit points. I can't really say anything else. That's it. It has hit points and alpha damage. Its accuracy is terrible, and it's probably the worst armored tier 9 heavy that is supposed to have armor, right? The AMX 5120 I expect to be a big punching bag, because that's the point of the vehicle, to be a big punching bag. I expect, lightly armored fast heavies to sacrifice armor for the mobility. But this tank, this is a vehicle which doesn't have much mobility, and yet still sacrifices the armor. And you can't say, oh, it's got a lot of alpha, because the Kampfpanzer 70 has alpha, and that tank has great armor. I think it's just the fact that Wargaming wanted this to be a KV2. Because of that, it literally has the same effective armor as a KV2. It's pretty tragic in that regard. It also only has 6 degrees of gun depression. All intents and purposes, this is a pretty tragic tank. It has moments when it can be incredibly fun, but it also has moments when you want to rip your teeth out of your skull. So we'll see what we can do here. We have the Skoda. Oh, there's the Yo. And there you go, 515. You know what's funny? Is even though we shot that heavy... Oh, yeah, good job, Chisei. But I was going to say, even though we shot that heavy for a 630 alpha, we rolled 515 and then got out-traded by a tier 8. That's actually tragic. Autoloaders are good for the game, though, guys. Well, the good news is that that shell rolled a bit better. 630 damage into the Skoda. Just like that, 2 shots were up to 1100 damage. Now, DPM on this tank is really, really bad. It's like 1800, which means realistically you're gonna struggle to get out damage. But while the DPM might not be so good, again, the thing just chunks out damage, right? We aim it on the lower plate of the Yo, 607, and in return we only receive 300. So we've already done 1800, and we still have 1400 health left. So now we're just going to move up over here. Now, while this tank is not the fastest, it does have a decent power to weight on hard terrain, so at least you can accelerate a little bit up to speed. We have the ISU, we have the WZ. I'm going to aim it on the ISU very briefly. Aiming, aiming, aiming. There you go, 788 max roll. That's an insane juicer, and it brings a full health ISU from 1144 to 356. Now that is kind of crazy when you think about it. Again, the reload is very long, but who cares when, I mean, you can do that level of damage. Well, we got the WZ right here. Oh, my tragic. Again, accuracy is not going to be the strength of this vehicle, so it's oh well. We're going to put on our adrenaline, and the Waffenträger is going to be sitting over there. We have the WZ over here. WZ shoots the Waffenträger, and let's just aim in on this guy. Bonk, 550. Then the shell damages that guy's fuel tank, lights him on fire, so that's pretty good. At this point, we're up to a pretty solid amount of damage. I would assume, I was going to assume the Tiger would have been at least 0.1 brain cells and shot the Foch, but I guess not. We're going to aim in on the WZ ourselves, get a 480 damage clearance to that player. And that leaves us with only one tank left to deal with, the T-54. We're already at a pretty good amount of damage out of this game. We are up to 3,500, and I'm hoping that this T-54 is going to give me the opportunity to hit him. Let's reload. 3, 2, 1. Bonk. Yes. So yeah, this was a decent game, right? This was a good example of where that alpha damage feels very nice. We were able to get some really good bonks out. I would have loved to have been able to high explosive that WZ, but we still did 4,300 damage with the fire and the penetrating shells that we use this game. Did top in the team. So I got no complaints, right? Could a Conf Panzer 70 have done better? Probably. The KPZ 70 has about 300 more DPM. So judging that we fired nonstop that entire game, we probably could have done, I don't know, 5,000 damage in the KPZ, especially because of the better accuracy. We most likely would not have missed our shell on that WZ if given the same opportunity. So yeah, like the Conf Panzer probably would have done better. But again, this tank has two advantages over the KPZ. First of all, it does have a big alpha advantage. Conf Panzer 70 has 560. This tank has 630, so that's a 70 alpha damage increase. Not only that, but this tank also has 960 high explosive, which means that you are able to outtrade anything when you get that HE out, right? The Waffenträger on the enemy team, the T-49, those two vehicles alone, if you pen a high explosive, you are going to just demolish. So here we are on, what is this, Naval Frontier, and we're going to see what we can do. Battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and battle. Alright, I'm not sure how I feel about crossing. What do they have? They have 3 heavies. I'm not crossing. I'm not doing it. I don't trust our team enough. We do have, you know, tier 9s that are going to go over there, but just looking at the fact they have a T-30 and they have all these nasty heavies, I feel much more comfortable, first of all, sitting in this bush very quickly to get an idea of where the enemy team might be going if somebody is a straggler and I spot crossing. But second of all, I feel much more comfortable waiting for the enemy team to get detected before I make a play. Okay, there's nobody there. I don't know what this Waffenträger is doing, but oh, there you go. We got the Destiny, and there you go, 716. That was a sweet shot there. No complaints from me. Yep, there you go, 646 into the Waffenträger, which means either the T-30 or somebody else is camping there. All right, so we're gonna move up if that's the case, and we'll see what we can do. I mean, in retrospect, pushing where the M103s wouldn't have really made a difference, but I don't know what the heck the enemy team's doing. They're all just camping in their spawn. That KPZ is being utterly annihilated. Oh my god, bro's also facing his rear. What am I looking at? 20%ers unite. Alright, well, what we're going to do is we're going to push over here. Ooh, look at that. We got the Waffenträger right there. Oh my god, 1,100. Oh my. Yeah, I mean, that right there, the KPZ 70 cannot do. Like, I love the Conf Panzer. It's not getting an 1,100 damage roll. Never in a million years will it get 1,100 damage. So that is something to obviously keep in mind. And there you go. 1,023 into the T-49. So in 2 shots, we've dealt 2,200 damage. That's ridiculous. Like, that's actually ridiculous. So while I do say that this tank is mid in certain moments, it definitely has moments when it's also not very mid. Yeah, I'm not really sure what this 252's plan is, because there's a 530 damage shot. Obviously, the Scent is doing whatever the heck the Scent is doing. I'm just going to angle my tank. Wow, you actually managed to bounce a gold shell on me. That's pretty tragic, bro. It's going to be even more tragic, because right now you have a 596 health. I'm going to face hug you, aim it on your roof, and 2 low rolls in a row. But doesn't really matter. Just going to back up so the Vickers has the shell. Vickers gets the clear, and there you go. Pretty good game. We easily did over 3,000 damage this battle. I don't know exactly how much we did, but close. I'm going to guess 4,032. Close. 3,967. I mean, literally, 2 shots. We did 2,000 damage. Conf Panzer could not have done that. It does not have that alpha damage. We did 1,023 and 1,104. Like, that's crazy. So I do find this tank to be very fun. And while it has its moments of frustration, it also has its moments of pure just glory when you're able to have a game like that last one. So you can let me know your personal feelings, but yeah, this tank's a bop. I think it's a decent pickup if it's ever sold for a cheap price, but you can obviously let me know your feelings, comments, and opinions down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.